When it comes to the MCU today, it's hard to imagine many of the superheroes being played by the current actors being played by anybody else. Now, when a lot of these castings were announced, most people were pretty much in agreement that it's a good pick. And then you had Chris Evans as Captain America, which was universally panned by more or less everybody reacting to it. Now Chris Evans opens up on the expectations of him playing that character. So in a recent interview with Variety, Chris Evans got to reflect on the 10 years of his career that he spent on the Captain America role. Of course, when he was first cast with Captain America the First Avenger and his last appearance in Avengers Endgame. Now, of course, I think most of you will remember that this wasn't his first time jumping into the comic book shoes in Marvel, considering he played the Human Torch for two varying degrees of success Fantastic Four films by Fox, and originally we know that he ended up passing up on the Captain America role a few times before finally agreeing to do it because of the expectations that came along with it. Now, when Variety asks him about that, I will link the entire article down below, but here's something he had to say about those expectations. I kind of got in those weeds 10 years ago when I signed up for Captain America, and part of the last 10 years has been awakening to the fact that it is a fallacy and the whole notion of things like momentum and perception. You can create those things if you want them, but it's really got nothing to do with the work. And that was his reply to the expectations of him and what he had to deliver. And then he adds, and I quote, "I've gotten a lot better over the years about compartmentalization. And look, I'd be lying if I said you don't think of how it will be received. But I certainly, for the most part, during the shoot itself, very little thought spent on those types of things. Maybe afterwards, in the panicked retrospect, you say, oh my god, did I do enough? Are they going to hate this?" But while you're actually filming, with all the combined factors I mentioned earlier, going to set every day was a lovely, lovely place to do what we did. And in my opinion, this is really interesting because, as he says it, there was some pressure and stuff there, but obviously things were different. And this was still those early days where the MCU was not the MCU we have today. Today, when you sign up for the MCU, your expectations are to match the top actors in that franchise. Back then, you had Robert Downey Jr., and that was it, because Edward Norton was already out. So again, it was a different time, and I like how he says it, it's like, oh, after we were done, you started questioning whether this thing was going to go anywhere, but while you were doing it, you didn't have that pressure, which honestly is good to hear because there was a lot of pressure on him, let's be real. And just thank God, I guess, that the social media aspect of today wasn't as prevalent back then, because good God, that would have been horrendous. I mean, I fully admit I probably would have been one of the guys on YouTube screaming about how he's gonna fail and ruin Captain America for everybody. So, add that to another pile of things I'm wrong on.